Hey, welcome to The Explainer. Today we're going to get our hands a little dirty and dive under the hood. We're tackling a problem that can give you a major headache, but believe it or not, often has a really simple fix. We're talking about your car's distributor.
So, has your engine been shaking and sputtering at a stoplight, or maybe it stalls out of nowhere, or just refuses to start? Yeah, it's incredibly frustrating, and those are all classic signs that something's up with your ignition system.
But hold on, before you start picturing a massive repair bill, what if the culprit was just a small, cheap part that most people completely overlook? Well, that's exactly what we're going to get into. All right, so let's introduce the star of our show, the distributor. I want you to think of it like the conductor of your engine's orchestra. It's the maestro making sure every part plays its note at the perfect time. So what does this maestro actually do? Well, its job is absolutely critical. It takes this super high voltage charge from the ignition coil and routes it to the exact right spark plug at the exact right millisecond. I mean, we're talking precision here. And if that timing is off, even a little bit, your whole engine's performance just tanks. Okay, so how can you tell if your engine's conductor is, well, having a bad day? Your car will definitely let you know. It gives you some pretty clear clues. Let's break down the most common symptoms. You know, the interesting thing is, all of these problems really point back to one single issue, an inconsistent spark. Think about it. A rough idle or a misfire? That's an erratic spark. Your car won't start? That could mean you're getting no spark at all. And that high-pitched squealing noise you might hear, that's a huge clue. It often means the bearings inside the distributor are worn out. Oh, and if that dreaded check engine light pops on with a code like P0300, that's literally your car's computer screaming, "Hey, I'm getting random misfires all over the place." That's a textbook distributor problem. Okay, but before you panic and call a tow truck, there is a super simple 5-minute check you can do yourself. And look, this isn't just some shot in the dark. This one check solves the problem the vast majority of the time. Yeah, you heard that right. About 80% of the time, when you have distributor problems, it's not the whole expensive unit that's failed. Nope, it's usually just two small, inexpensive parts that are designed to wear out over time, the distributor cap and the rotor. And this visual right here, it shows you exactly what I'm talking about. Over on the right, you've got a healthy cap and rotor. See how the metal contacts are all clean and shiny? Now look at the left. That's what happens over time. You get that nasty white or green corrosion, those black lines called carbon tracks. All that stuff acts like a roadblock for the electricity. The spark just can't make a clean jump, and that is what causes all those symptoms we were just talking about. And you know what? Checking this yourself is super easy. Seriously, you just pop the hood, find the distributor, and unclip or unscrew the cap. Lift it off, and just take a look inside. Are those metal points all crusty and corroded? Is that little spinning part, that's the rotor, is it worn down or covered in black junk? Any cracks in the plastic? If the answer is yes to any of those, congratulations, you've almost certainly found your problem. Okay, now listen up, because this is really important. If you're replacing the cap, you have got to transfer the spark plug wires over to the new one in the exact same order. The safest way to do this is one by one. Take one off the old cap, put it on the new one in the same spot. Because if you mix these up, you're going to throw off the engine's firing order. And trust me, you'll cause a whole new set of problems. Your car will run even worse, if it even runs at all. But what if you do all of that? You pop the cap off and everything looks brand new inside, but you're still having all those problems. Well, unfortunately, that probably means the issue is a little deeper, inside the distributor assembly itself. Yeah, so inside the main body of the distributor, there's more going on. You've got electronic parts like the pickup coil or the ignition module. They're basically the brains of the operation. And those can just fail. Or, like we mentioned with that squealing noise, the bearings inside can wear out. When that happens, the main shaft starts to wobble, and that just throws your timing completely out of whack. In any of those cases, you're probably looking at replacing the whole unit. Now, I gotta be honest, replacing the whole distributor is a bit more involved. It's not impossible, but it is a bigger job because it's all about engine timing. First, you have to get your engine to what's called top dead center on the number one cylinder. All that means is you rotate the engine so the first piston is right at the top, ready for its spark. Then you make marks, lots of marks, so you know exactly how the old one was positioned before you pull it out. That way you can drop the new one in the exact same spot. And I cannot stress this enough. This is the most critical part of the whole job. It's not like swapping the cap. The position of the entire distributor body determines your engine's timing. If you're off by even one single tooth on that gear at the bottom, your car might not start, or it'll run like garbage. Perfect alignment here is absolutely non-negotiable. Okay, I know that was a lot of info to throw at you, so let's just boil it all down. What are the key takeaways? The golden rules you need to remember if you're going to tackle this job. Okay, rule number 1, always, always, always check the cap and rotor first. It's easy, it's cheap, and it's the fix 80% of the time. Rule number 2, if you are replacing that cap, be super careful with the spark plug wires. Move them one by one to keep that firing order perfect. And rule number 3, if you're replacing the whole shebang, just remember, timing is everything. Mark it, double check your marks, and then mark it again before you pull the old one out. So look, the next time your car starts acting up, shaking, stalling, whatever, don't immediately assume the worst. Just pop the hood. Take 5 minutes and check. You might just find that the solution to your big, frustrating engine problem is a tiny $5 part just waiting to be swapped out.